Organizations are counting on teams to do almost everything these days, from designing the next amazing smartphone to making your Egg McMuffin. And yet the problem is we don't actually help people work in teams effectively. We just smash them together and hope it all works out. Instead of healthy debate and discussion, there's gossip and backstabbing. It's a pretty sad state of affairs. If you're sitting beside a teammate, play it cool. Don't nod too aggressively, it will give it away. You are sitting at your desk when an email alert pops up in that bottom corner of your screen. You know that one? The email is from that person. I call it the mother-in-law effect. All the things that if your mom said them, it'd be fine, but when your mother-in-law says them. As soon as people hear PhD in psychology, they think I'm gonna have them on the couch. So I always say, no. I'm not a couch psychologist, I'm a water cooler psychologist. We learn that conflict isn't a normal, healthy, natural part of relationships, and it is. And it's absolutely a part of healthy teams. From 2007, I've really devoted my life, my research, my career, my speaking to ending the misery of toxic teams and starting to create the kind of teams we all deserve. I've seen a lot of teams that are really dysfunctional, even toxic, and once you get there, it's really, really costly. There had to be a better way. We had to be able to help teams before it got to that point. So the work that I do now is to make sure we prevent dysfunction from happening in the first place. How many people have been in a situation where, you're interacting with someone and maybe they say something, it's a bit of a backhanded compliment or something, and on the way home, you come up with the perfect retort? You're like, oh, I got a good one. You're like, yeah, not so helpful then. I am pretty edgy about these issues, and because I'm often holding up a mirror so people have to see the things they're doing that are contributing to the dysfunction. But always with love. Somebody once described me as the human mullet because I was business in the front and party in the back, and I have to admit, it's pretty true. Oh, good answer! Yeah, I got it. And I said, okay, so what's the team building that you do here? What's, St. John's team building? And this sweet, sweet man who had no clue what he was doing just threw his arm up in the air. He's like, pick me, pick me. And I said, yes, sir. And he said, paintball. If someone said something to you that you thought was really stupid, what you do is you use big, open-ended questions and ask about the impact of something. Then you get them paying attention to something they probably weren't paying attention to. Oh. Thank you. When people leave my talk and go make the small changes that will improve their team, they get a better team as a result. And that's a better team that they deserve. You're gonna create a lot less defensiveness in your colleagues if you communicate better. You're gonna change arguments into just problem solving if you validate one another. You don't have to wait for some fancy consultant. You don't have to wait for the jerk to get fired. You can change your team from any seat at the table.